Okay, there we are. Now we're recording. Well, of course, first and foremost, thank you so much to Maripaz and Alina that you activate your camera because I don't feel like I'm that alone. So thank you for that. And guys, for today, as I said last, thank you, Andre. For today, we're gonna be covering units 5C, 6A, 6B, and 6C. We're not gonna go in the specific order like 5C because I think it's gonna be easier to process if we start with 6A and then we move to 6B, which are pretty much the same, very similar. Then we do 6C, which is fundamental, and then we jump to 5C. So that's it. Thank you, Kenny. I see you there as well. Hope you're doing good. So we're gonna follow that order to make it easier for you to process. We're gonna do a lot of practice today in regards to grammar. And after that, we're gonna call it a wrap. It sounds like we're gonna finish in an hour, but we know it's not gonna happen in an hour because it's grammar. But I mean, maybe we'll be able to finish around 8 or a little bit late. But not hopefully before 8:30, so you can actually go and rest. Okay, but without further ado, let me go ahead and show you the page that we're going to start with. Okay, just a second. Let me share my screen. By the way, if I'm speaking a little bit faster today, let me know because feel free to let me know because I'm actually quite energetic today. So I might be speaking a little bit fast. Okay, that being said, as I said, we're going to start with 6A and 6B. Okay, so this is the page, it's page 136. I'm going to give you a little bit of time so you can go ahead and get there. Okay, let me know once you're there, please. Are you ready there, guys, in page 136?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so let me go ahead and make it a little bit bigger.
Teacher, for a moment.
Okay, don't worry. Ready, Andy?
No, I have a problem with my book. I
Oh my
don't
God.
know enter because I know como que no reconoce mi usuario, pero no sé por qué. O sea, me dice, please try again, pero no entiendo por qué.
No idea, honestly speaking. I don't know.
Andre, nada más change the ¿cómo dice contraseña?
Password.
Password. The password.
Ok. Entonces, tu momento.
No, don't worry. Go ahead.
Ok. Ok. Se supone que me enviaron un correo. Vamos a ver.
Okay, let me go ahead and get my bottle of water.
Ready, teacher.
Awesome. Let's go then. Okay, guys, so as I was saying, today we're going to start with 6A, which is for will and want. I think you already know this, but in case that you don't, all good. Okay, will and want are used for future. In this case, we're going to talk about one of their specific uses, which is predictions. Okay, so how does it work? It's actually pretty simple. So we use it whenever we want to make a prediction. What is a prediction? When we are guessing or inventing what we think is going to happen. For example, let's say that I want for tomorrow to be a sunny day because I want to go cycling. So I can say tomorrow will be very sunny. I'm just making a prediction. I have no information. I'm just guessing, hoping in a way that tomorrow is going to be like that. So that's will for predictions. How does it work? Okay, pretty much what happens is that we're going to have the subject plus will, and after will, we're going to have the subject in the base form. Sorry. Okay, for example, I am seeing Jessica at 6. She will be late. So most likely, maybe Jessica is a person who likes to be very late, or I don't know, maybe it's already 5:55 and we know nothing about Jessica yet. So we're like, oh, she will be late. Yes, that. The other one, the movies in French, we won't understand anything. Okay, so well, I don't know if anybody speaks French. I don't speak French. So if I just turn on the TV and there is a movie being played and it's in French, there is no chances that I will understand anything. Okay, so again, it's a prediction based on a little information that I have. The other example, it's a great book. I'm sure you'll like it. So again, this is a prediction. I have no idea if maybe I don't even know the type of book that you like, but maybe I read it and I think it's good. So for that reason, I think that you'll like it. Okay, I don't think it'll rain tomorrow. So again, maybe we have no information about it. We just maybe today didn't rain. So for that reason, we're making the prediction. Then we also have want, which is pretty much is the same as will, but just that is negative. So whenever you want to say the opposite of something positive, you use want. For example, like in number 1.2, I guess, the movie is in French. We won't understand it. As again, it's a prediction saying that we will not be able to understand anything. And that is very important, guys. Will not and want is the same thing. So if instead of using want, you want to say will not, you can absolutely say it. Okay, as it is here in contractions, if you want to use the contraction, it's just the subject, apostrophe, and double L. That would be for will. And for want, what you can do is that you can say will not, but there is no specific contraction. Okay, so let's look at the information that we have over here. We often use will or want base form plus base form for future predictions. For example, to say things we think, guess, or know about the future. Okay, number 2, we often use I think, I don't think, I'm sure plus will. I think he'll fail the exam. I don't think he'll pass the exam. Not I think he won't. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and there's a note here that I really like. Okay, it says be going to for predictions. I don't know if you remember, you probably remember, I hope so. Last week, I think, or a few weeks ago, we talked about be going to. Using or being used for predictions. The difference between being going to or will not is that be going to is when we have more information. When we have, for example, maybe let's say that I know that Maripaz has not studied for the test, like nothing at all. And then for that reason, I mean, like I know that maybe she doesn't understand and I know that she has not studied anything. For that reason, I have some evidence and I can say Maria Paz is going to flunk the test, meaning that she is going to get a bad grade. That is because I have more information, like more data. But if I don't have like this kind of data, if I'm just guessing, then I should use will. Oh, like Maria Paz will fail the test, or will flunk the test because it looks to be difficult. You see, like I have no information. Maybe I don't even know if she already studied or not. Like I have no information, just guessing. And in that case, I use will. If I have some information, like data, like I know it's pretty sure, then I use be going to. For example, maybe it's, I don't know, let's say that I open the door of my apartment and I don't feel any wind. And I'm like, oh, today it is not going to be windy. Why? Because I cannot feel any wind, or like it's very calm. Okay, Alan, tell me.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't get when you say because I don't know. Well, can you repeat the last part about of while one plus thing?
What do you mean by one plus thing?
I don't know. It's while and one.
Will and want.
Yes, will. Excuse me, teacher.
Don't worry, all good. Let me go ahead and use it here. Okay, so super quick, let me start from scratch. So for predictions, we can use will and we can use want. Want is the exact same thing as saying will not. The only thing is that these two are negative, while this one is actually positive, okay? So for example, I can say, I'll get better, for example. Maybe we're sick and you're just being positive, but you have no information, like no data that you're feeling better or anything. So I'll get better. I'll get better is the same as saying I will get better, just in case. Or if you want to make it negative, you can say I will not get better. Or instead of saying I will not, you can say I won't get better. Okay, how are we doing up to here?
Well, maybe it's different to use in ENG because you aren't safe or sure about of the what can do in the future. I don't know.
Sorry, can you repeat your question? Because in this one, we're not using ing. Alan?
Well, I use ENG because to say things that going to pass in the future, but I'm sure they can do. But I don't know, maybe while for to say things then I'm not sure then can be possible.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. We use, for example, I mean, when it comes to future, they have different uses. For example, for will, we can use will for things that are happening at the moment. For example, let's imagine that, I don't know, I see Andre, and Andre is carrying two very heavy bags. And I'm like, oh, Andre, I'll help you. So in that case, I can use that like for willingness, like in the moment, even though I'm going to help Andre like in a minute because, I have to go and get the bags and help her. I can use will for that, or I can also use it for predictions, like in this case. As I was saying, the difference between be going to and will for predictions is that will is when we are more kind of guessing. Like we don't have specific information. Like it's more like we're in a way hoping for it to be like that. If we have factual information, then we can use be going to. For example, I was giving the example of, okay, let's change this example a little bit. Let's say maybe Alina. Maybe Alina.
Okay. Calm down, teacher. Okay. going to this, then I have information. Okay.
For predictions, exactly, that I have some information.
Okay.
Some-
Okay. Okay. It's because, well, I'm thinking example, but I know now I think that this example isn't good. Maybe for example, I'm thinking this.
Tell me.
Well, I go to the bed very late today because I'm a person who like sleep late. But well, in this case, I have information about me. Maybe for example, I like go to the bed very late, and for this, this example isn't good. No.
In that case, I mean, what you're saying exactly, you shouldn't use will because you know you and you know that you're someone, you already have information. Like you have the data saying that you are someone who likes to go to bed late.
Yes.
So for this reason, you should use I am going to bed late. But
Okay. Okay.
if it is something that you don't know, maybe let's say, let's use Maria Paz again. She's my guinea pig, I'm sorry. So let's say that maybe you're saying, oh, Maria Paz has a lot of things to do. She will go to bed late. We don't
Okay.
really know. Maybe she's super fast at doing things. Maybe she's gonna get all those assignments from university or high school, whatever, and she's gonna be like blah, 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 and finish. So in that case, we don't really know. So we're just making a prediction without really having like the information, like the data, if she's good or bad or fast to make that. So we're just making a prediction with very limited information, which means that our prediction might not be true or might be true. Okay, like there is a 50-50%. However, with B going to, it's more not sure, but let's say it's more possible for it to happen. Maybe it's not 50-50, but more like a 60-40.
Okay. In that case, going, it's more exactly.
Exactly, it's gonna be more exact. Going to be
Okay.
going.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, teacher. Now
You're
it's more
most,
clear. Thank you.
you're most welcome, Alan. Clearer, not more clear,
Clearer.
clearer.
Clearer. Clearer. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So let me see if I'm missing anything from this. Okay, we didn't read the chart, I'm sorry. Be going to for predictions. We can also use be going to for predictions when we know or can see something is going to happen. You can see, look at the clouds, it's going to rain. They're playing very well, they're going to rain. You see, in this one, they're playing very well. We can see them playing, and maybe we can see if they're really good or really bad. And based on this, we can go ahead and say, oh, they're going to win. As easy as that. Okay, guys, questions up to now?
No, no, it's clear.
No, teacher, very clear.
Okay, let's have a few examples. Let's see, Alina. Alina, can you help me with an example using will?
I will not rain on Saturday.
Again, can you repeat it?
I will no, I will not rainy on the Saturday.
On Saturday. This one is fun because unless you are a storm from the X-Men and you can bring the rain, it wouldn't actually apply. You should be it. It will not rain. Because if you say I, it's like you're gonna bring the rain, like you're gonna make it rain. And as I was saying, unless you're a storm from the X-Men, which I don't think you are, and if you are, I mean, nice to meet you. But in case that you're not, it should be it. It will not. Okay, but it's actually good. Again, you don't know, you're just making a prediction. Maybe just because today was a little bit sunny, you're saying, oh, it will not rain on Saturday. As easy as that. And we're still waiting for Friday, which is tomorrow, so makes sense. Monse, can you give me an example?
I won't be late tomorrow.
Okay, I won't be late tomorrow. Yeah, this is perfect. We have no information. Maybe Monse has not even set up an alarm. Maybe maybe she has to go by bus, and when you go by bus, everything and anything can happen. So that is perfect. I won't be late tomorrow. It's just a prediction. Keep in mind that after will or want, you're always use the base form of the verb. Never ever in past, never with s or es or nothing. No, nothing of those things. Base form. Okay. Any question, any doubt? Okay, looks like it's clear. Okay, in that case, let's go ahead and move to will and want for other uses, which is pretty much
Teacher,
very simple. Yes, tell me.
can you repeat the part in the difference in going to will for a prediction?
Sure, absolutely, Danny. Okay, we're going to use will when we don't have much information about the event, when we are guessing or let's say kind of inventing. But if we have more information about the event and we think, I don't know, we have some data, for example, in the one that we said, the one that Alan said, Alan knows himself and he knows that he really likes to go to sleep late. So for that reason, if he has information like data, like reliable data, he can actually go ahead and say, I am going to sleep late tonight. Why? Because he knows, he has information like data, like factual information. But if you don't have factual information and you're just, let's say, inventing, in that case, you have to use will, for example, like the example that we got from Alina. It won't rain on Saturday. We don't know what is going to happen on Saturday, because especially because if you're in San Carlos, it can rain one day and then the other one can be very sunny. So in that case, you have no information to base your guess on. So since you have no information or very, very limited, in that case, you use will. Because will is more like a 50-50, like maybe yes, maybe no. But going to, it's more like a 60% probability that it is going to happen and 40% probability that it is not going to happen. So it's more possible or likely to happen. Better.
Yes, thank you.
You're most welcome, Danny. Okay, any other question, guys? Any other concern? I'm gonna take that as a no.
No,
Okay,
teacher.
let's move to will and want for other uses. Okay, so we have 3 over here. The first one is decisions. I want to stay for dinner. I think I'll go home early. Okay. Second one is offers. I'll help you with your homework. I'll open the door for you. And finally, promises. I always love you. I won't tell anybody. And let's take a look at the part that we have over here. We use will and want plus base form for making instant decisions, offers, and promises. We don't use the present tense. I'll help you with those bags. Okay. In questions with I and we, shall and not will is sometimes used to offer to do something or to make a suggestion, but this is not a common use. Shall we go for a walk, for example? So pretty much what this is saying is what we have already here summarizing the examples. We can also use will and want for decisions that you're making at the moment of speaking. Maybe, I don't know, let's say that I'm going to the movies with, I don't know, Aline and Hainer. And all of a sudden, Hainer gets super angry and he's like, you know what? I'll go home. I don't want to watch this. I'll get an Uber. Or I'll get a taxi, which is I will get a taxi. So it's a decision that he's making at the moment of speaking because like maybe, I don't know, something happened and he feels bothered. And for that reason, he's making that decision. It can also work for offers that you're making. For example, let's say that Danny says, oh, I need to study this weekend because I have an English test coming next week, which is actually true. And then Danny's like, I say, oh, I'll help you. So in that case, since I'm offering help at the moment of speaking, I can also use will. And the last use is for promises. So for like the one, I will always love you. I won't tell anybody. So maybe, I don't know, Kenny is telling me a secret. Maybe he found a waterfall that is prohibited and is really pretty. And he's like, teacher, I found a new waterfall and you're gonna love it. And I'm like, okay, please tell me. I won't tell anybody. So in that case, when it is like a secret and you're making like a promise or so, you can also use will. Okay? How are we doing up to now? Good. Not so good. Maybe.
Good,
Half.
teacher.
Good. Okay, I hope so. Anyway, we're gonna check right now. At the end, we use will. It's just learning when to use will and when to use be going to. Just keep in mind that be going to, if it is for predictions, we need to have more information like data. Or if we use be going to for plans. For example, maybe you have been planning to go to the beach for a month or 6 months. So in that case, you use be going to. But if it's something more like a prediction that you have very limited information, then you use will. Or if it's a decision that you're making right now that is going to affect your future, for example, oh, like in the movie case, the Hainer said, I will go home. I don't want to watch the movie. Like that decision that is happening right now, but that is going to affect your future because the next 2 hours, he's not going to be with us, but he's going to be on his way home. That we use will. For offers, like when you're offering help or stuff like that, you can use will, or for promises. Anyway, I'm going to keep on repeating the same things. So let's go and have some practice over here. So if you turn the page to 137, we have 6A and 6B. I'm going to give you some time to work on that. And so we can actually go ahead and check it together. Okay.
Teacher, can you repeat, please?
Sure. We're going to be working in practice 6A and 6B. Both A from 6A, A and B, and from 6B, A and B.
Okay, thanks.
You're most welcome. Okay, there we go. Now, Monse, can you help us with number 1? The one that says, I think they / lose the game.
Okay, I will think they lose the game.
Okay, very close. The only thing is that when we say I think, the will goes in the second verb. I think they will lose the game.
Okay. Thank
But it was actually pretty good. Thank you. Alan, can you do the following?
Yes, teacher, I have a question.
Sure.
In the first question, I can say I think they'll go to lose the game.
Again, I think
They'll go to lose the game.
they'll go.
They'll go to lose the game.
No, I think that one wouldn't make much sense. You can say, I think they'll, with the contraction, they'll lose the game. Yeah, that one,
Okay.
yeah. But they'll go to lose the game. No, I mean, you can say it, but it would be very strange. It would be more common to say they'll lose the game.
Okay. Well, for the second, well, I think it's, will the meeting be while the meeting be long?
Will, not while. You're pronouncing it while. I noticed that. Will.
Will, see.
Will
I
the
know
meeting?
I have this problem.
It's okay, don't worry. Will the meeting be long? Yes, in question mark. That is perfect. The following, number 3. Kenny, can you do number 3?
Yeah. She won't get the job. She's not qualified enough.
She won't get the job. She's not yeah, that is perfect. She won't get the job. She's not qualified enough. That is perfect, Kenny. Thank you. Let's see. Alina, can you do number 4?
Yes. Will you see him at work later?
That is perfect. Thank you. That was number 4. Yes. Number 5, Dani.
I don't want to go. It will be impossible to park.
That is perfect. Number 6, Maripaz.
You won't be like that book.
No, that one, remember that you don't have to use be all the time. So in that one, the main verb is want, like, sorry. So you want like that book.
Okay.
Number 7, Daner.
Number 7.
Yes, please.
Okay, I am sure she will love the present and I bought her.
But
Bought.
bought her. But yeah, it's perfect. Thank you, Hainer. Number 8, let's see,
Hey,
Annabelle.
teacher.
Oh, and go on.
There, hey,
Yes, please.
teacher.
Yes.
There will be a lot of traffic in the morning.
That is perfect, Andre. Thank you. Anna, can you do number 9?
Yes, you will find a good job, I am sure.
Perfect. And number 10, Ale. Ale, can you do number 10?
Hey, teacher, and it be okay, and there's no need to worry everything.
Actually, I would modify a little bit and I would say everything will be okay. So there's nothing to worry. But I like that you use will where we're supposed to be because you use it before the will, the be, sorry. Everything will be okay, so there's nothing to worry. Thank you, Ale.
Okay, thanks, teacher.
You're most welcome.
Teacher,
Tell me.
what is the correct pronunciation for the contraction?
It depends on which is the pronoun that you have before. But for example, if it's just pretty much adding an L. So everything, well, for everything, I probably wouldn't use it. I would use it with a pronoun like chill, I'll, he'll, you'll.
Chill for she.
Huh?
Chill.
Chill.
Okay.
Because it would be like she apostrophe will, she'll, well, apostrophe double L, not will, sorry about that. Yeah, she'll.
Yes.
Will.
And for he?
He'll.
He'll,
This is-
okay.
Exactly. And I'll, if it's for I, like I'll be okay, for example.
Okay. Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're very welcome, Alan. Okay, let's look at part B, complete with will plus a verb from the list. Okay, do you think the traffic will be bad? So we use be the first P over there. It says no, because it's a holiday today. Do you like this band? Maripaz?
The first.
Yes.
Yes, I think they will be famous one day.
That is perfect, thank you. Can you read the following question?
Is this a good movie?
Thank you. Dana, can you complete the following?
Okay, the following is number 2. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay, is this a good movie? Yes, I am sure you will like it.
Uh-huh. Okay, number 3, Alina.
Do you think it will snow? No, it's not cold enough.
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 No.
Yes, that one is better. Thank you.
Enough, teacher?
Yes, enough.
Okay.
Number 4, let me see, Danny.
Number 4. Okay. What do you think James will get me? I am sure it will be something nice. I don't understand. What do you think James will get me?
That is is that the question is used when you think about presents, like gifts. Like, what do you think he's going to give me as a gift?
Gift.
Exactly. So it says, I'm sure it'll be something nice. Oh, I'm sure the gift is gonna be very nice. Like you will like it. Okay. Number 5, Ellen. Ellen, can you do number 5?
Yes, teacher. I'm so worried about the Sam. Don't worry. I'm sure you will pass.
That is perfect. You will pass. Okay, guys, any question, any concern, any doubt up to now?
No, teacher. Now it's cleaner.
Okay. Now it's clear. Oh, you see, practice makes perfect. 6B, let's go for it. Match the sentences. It's not here. Wait. Okay, found it. Sorry, I was not understanding. We have from 1 to 8 and then from 8 to I. Okay, that makes sense now. So match the sentences. It's not hot in here. It's letter G. I'll open the window. Okay, perfect. Number 1, let's see. Ale, can you do number 1?
Letter C, teacher.
I'm thirsty. Letter C says, I'll get you a glass of water. Yep, that is perfect. Number 2, Anita, can you do number 2?
H.
Letter H for number 2. I have a headache. H says, I'll turn up the music. Yeah, that one could work actually because we don't have anyone related to peel or anything. Yeah. Number 3.
Teacher,
Yes, sir.
how do you pronounce dolor de cabeza?
Headache.
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 Oh, guys, just give me a minute. My computer is going to die.
Headache.
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 Exactly, headache. Let me just get my charger real quick. Okay, I'm back. Back. Okay, that was when, sorry, it was, okay, number 3. Kenny, can you do number 3?
Yes. Letter D. This exercise is hard. I'll help you with it.
Yes, with that. Thank you. Let's see, Alina, can you do number 4?
Yes, number B. I am hungry.
Number B.
Number B. Yes, I'll make you a sandwich.
Yes, I'll make you sandwich. Thank you. Number 5. Let's see. Samantha, can you do number 5?
Yes, teacher. Is the letter A.
Can you read it?
I left this. Teacher, no. Is the number 5, ¿verdad?
Yep.
Sure. Okay, the number 5 is I. These bags are heavy. And I will carry on for you.
Yeah, that is perfect. Thank you, Sam. Let's see. Alan, can you do the following?
For the number 6, teacher?
Yes.
Well, it's letter A. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes.
Okay, and the full sentence is, I left my wallet at home. I'll let you some money.
Perfect, thank you. Then we're missing number 7. Maripaz, can you do number 7?
Yes, letter F. I need that photo urgently. I will email it to you now.
Thank you. Just here, urgently. Urgently.
Okay.
Imagine like you're going like uphill, like urgently.
Teacher?
Okay, teacher.
Tell me.
Urgently, it's an example of adverb, no?
Exactly, great. That's really good. You spotted there. Thank you, Alan. And number 8. For number 8, Danny. Danny, can you do number 8?
We won't have any milk. I will buy some on my way home.
Yeah, that is perfect. Thank you, Danny. Okay, guys, any doubt up to now in regards to this?
No.
Everything is very clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and move to the second from 6B. Okay, complete the sentences with will, want, plus a verb. Okay, it says, what would you like? I'll have the fish. Let's see, Daner, can you do the first one, number 1?
Number 1 is, I can do this crossword. I will help you.
I will help you, okay. Number 2, Alina.
It's a secret. I won't tell anyone, I promise.
Thank you. Number 3, Kenny.
When will I hear from you again? I'll call you tonight.
Okay. God, that's quite intense. Can you imagine? Alan, can you do number 4?
Yes, sir. Well, the number 4 say, well, can I borrow it $50? When will you pay me back?
Exactly. When will you pay me back? Number 5, Ale, can you do number 5?
Yes, teacher. It's my birthday next week. Don't worry, I won't forget.
Thank you. Number 6, Anita, can you do number 6?
Teacher, I don't complete this sentence.
Oh my God, how come? Okay, don't worry. Let's see. Samantha, do you have number 7? Sorry, number 6.
Ok. Teacher, creo que eso sí, no sé, es como otro que tenía duda en esa. I feel sick.
Uh-huh.
I won't get you home.
For that one, I would probably use not get, but I would use take. I will take you home.
Okay.
Number 7, Danny.
These shoes are too small. I will get a bigger pair for you. I
No,
don't.
it's like saying ma'am, but they just practice like ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am, like you belong, ma'am.
Ma'am. ¿Qué significa?
It is like madam, like to say, like to refer to as we would say in Spanish, like señora.
Okay.
Number 8. Let's see who's gonna have the pleasure of doing number 8. Janer, can you do number 8?
I don't know, sure. This chocolate you bought isn't very good. Yes, I know. I will forget eating again. Forget. Oh no. No, forget no.
No. I wouldn't.
Won't buy.
Yeah, I would use why buy. Yes, I know. I won't buy it again. Okay, guys, any question? Any concern now?
What is in this question? I can hear you.
Oh, this chocolate you bought isn't very good. Yes, I know. I won't buy it again.
Okay.
Teacher.
Oh, tell me, Sam.
Can you repeat the number 3, please?
Absolutely. Number 3 was, when will I hear from you again? I will call you tonight.
Okay, thanks.
You're most welcome. Okay, guys, any question, any concern, any doubts?
No, teacher, very clear.
Wow, that's really cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go back one page and we're gonna continue with the review of verb forms, present, past, and future. This is very, very important because this is one of the things that we sounds like a crowd, that some of you actually fail in the test, okay? So let me go ahead and start with it. In this case, we're gonna review simple present, present continuous, simple past, past continuous, be going to, will not plus base form, and present perfect, which means that are 7 different tenses. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with it right now. Okay. So the first one is simple present. Okay, let's go one by one. Okay, who remembers when to use simple present?
Well, we use the simple present with things that are happening, everything.
Exactly, like routines, like habits.
What?
Any other question? Tell me.
Yeah. I explain what's good.
I know
Okay.
the structure, simple present. The simple present structure is subject plus verb plus complement.
Exactly, subject plus verb plus complement. Very important, but there is a peculiarity for simple present. Who can tell me why? There are some verbs that they will change. When do they change?
The mega question.
No.
When are irregulars?
No.
With he, she,
Yes.
or it.
Exactly. Every time that you have she, he,
It's plus
or
it's,
you
or
exactly either s or es or ies. Okay. For example, for s, lights, you need to add the s. For es, maybe watch, you need to add the es. Watches, like she watches, he watches. And for IES, that'll be a verb like studies. Let me write it here because I don't have a space there.
teacher, what about in the case of play?
Play, you don't have to change the Y. You keep the Y and you just add the S, like in likes. So like this one, plays.
Okay, well, I told, and when the words finally end, G, the correct termination is es, no?
IES.
Yes, IES.
Sorry, I'm not understanding your question. Can you repeat your question?
Yes, sir, teacher. Well, when the words finally in, how do you say G? It's G.
No, Y. Oh, no, I got it. I got it. Okay, what you mean it's not finally, because that's not a verb, it's finishes or ends. When the word finishes or ends on Y, that you need to change it for IES. That's your question, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, but not in every case. There are some exceptions. Play is one of those exceptions.
Okay.
Another exception is stay. You say it stays with S. And if I can think of any other, I'm gonna let you know. Cry is one of these ones like changes. Cry changes from cry to cries. And well, if I think of any other, I'll let you know. Okay, super quick. Okay, any questions up to now with simple present? I'm gonna take that as a no. Still, I'm gonna give you 3 examples. First, a positive sentence. For example, Marco eats salads, because remember that we're very healthy in this group. Marco eats salads. I'm adding the S because it is third person singular. Marco is the same as saying he. Then I can go ahead and say, let's make one negative. Nacho and his friends don't like sushi. How dare they, right? Sushi is so good. Don't like sushi. And let's make a question. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Do you enjoy pizza? No, we don't, because we don't like junk food. We like healthy food. Do you enjoy pizza? That's a question. And we can also have the WH questions. For example, what? Wait, I made a mistake there. Okay, now. What do you bake? In question mark. So the first one, Marco eats a salad, is a sentence in a positive format, like a positive sentence. The second one, Nacho and his friends don't like sushi. That one is a negative sentence because we have the don't over here, which as we know, do and does are the auxiliaries for simple present. Do you enjoy pizza? Yes, I do. No, I don't. What do you bake? And then you have to give me a long answer like I bake, I don't know, passion fruit cake, for example. Okay? Clear up to now?
Yes, teacher, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's change to present continuous. Okay. Okay, remember that when it is a continuous tense, there are 2 things that will always be present. The first one is be, and the second one is ing, but with the verb, okay? Always. If one of them is not present, then it is not present continuous, okay? It is just, I don't know, another type of sentence, but it's not present continuous. For example, let me give you an example with the structure. The structure is very important. Subject, this is for possible positive sentences. Subject plus verb, be, well, it's not verb, it's actually the auxiliary. Let me just give the right name. Plus auxiliary, which in this case is going to be, plus the verb in ing, plus the possible complement. I'm saying possible because remember that there are verbs that they just don't need a complement. So you can just keep them without a complement. What is the format? For example, I can say,
She's
wait,
reading
yeah,
the
or
book.
let's say Maria Angel is cooking lasagna. Okay, Maria Angel is cooking lasagna, and of course the period. I have a subject, I have the auxiliary, which is, which is conjugated, which is be. I have the verb with ing, and then the complement. It's a good sentence, okay? Let's have a negative sentence. It would be similar. The only thing is that we need to add the negative particle to be. So I would need to say Maria Angel is not cooking lasagna. Like that. And since I have it here, remember I can also say isn't, and it's perfect. Let's have a question, a yes or no question. Is Maria Angel cooking lasagna? In question mark. The answer is yes, she is. No, she isn't. Okay. And let's have a yes, no, yes, no, a WH question. What is Maria Angel cooking? And the question mark. Okay, those are 4 examples. The first one, Maria Angel is cooking lasagna. This one is a positive sentence. Maria Angel is not cooking lasagna. It's a negative sentence. Is Maria Angel cooking lasagna? It's a yes or no question, because in that case, the auxiliary needs to go before the subject. And then we have the subject, and then the verb with ing, and then the rest, which is the complement. And then for the WH question, we start with the WH word, followed by the auxiliary, which is be, in this case is, then the subject, and then the verb with ing in the question mark. Any questions with present continuous?
For me, no.
Okay, how about the others? Is it clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher.
Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the following tense, which I think was simple past. Let me just double check. Yeah, simple past. Okay, for simple past, we use simple past for activities that already happened, but they were completed in the past, like done, throw it in the trash can, it's done, get over with it, okay? Things that are done or already happened. Very important. When we have a list of verbs, we have 3 different columns. The first column is the one which is the verbs in base form. This means that it is the ones or are the verbs that are not touched, like the original ones. In the second, we have simple past. This is a column that we're gonna use the most. And in the third, we have the ones that are in past participle, okay? This one, number 3, we're not gonna touch it for simple past. For simple past, we're gonna use only the second one and the first one. Super quick question. Who can tell me why the first one, if the first one is base form?
Because we use the auxiliary did.
That is a perfect answer. Thank you so much, Kenny. Exactly. Every time that we have the auxiliary did, automatically the verb needs to go in the base form. For example, let me give you a sentence. A sentence in past could be, for example, I ate a salad. But if I want to make it negative, then I need to use the auxiliary. And as Kenny said, the auxiliary for simple past is did, okay? That is auxiliary for simple past. So if I want to make it negative, I actually need to go ahead and insert the auxiliary, which in this case needs to go before the subject. For example, I did not eat a salad. Eat is the verb in the base form. So for negative and for questions, when we use did explicitly in the statement, we're going to use the verb in the base form. Okay? Clear with that?
Yeah.
How about the others? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Let me go ahead and give you a sentence real quick. We have, I ate a salad. I didn't eat a salad. Then if I want to make a yes or no question, did should come first. Did I eat a salad? And the question mark. Remember that for yes or no questions, we start with the auxiliary first. Then we have the subject, which in this case is I. Then we have the verb, in this case, in the base form, because we have did, and that is very important. In English, we only mark tense once. That's it. Only once, and for that reason, the verb goes back to the base form. And then we have the complement, as easy as that. Okay. Now for WH questions, what or where? Let's use where. Where did I eat a salad? So maybe you remember that you ate a salad, but you don't remember where exactly. Was it in a restaurant? Was it in my friend's house? Where was it? Okay. Where did I eat a salad? As easy as that. Okay. And the answer would be a long answer. I ate the salad in my friend's apartment, for example. Okay. Questions up to here?
No.
Okay, I thought that's awesome. Let's go. Now we go with okay, just a second. Okay, here we go. Now let's go with past continuous. Okay, I just mentioned something that needs to be present for present continuous that is always going to be present. Who can tell me what that was?
The past continuous is actions in progress in the past.
Actions that were in progress in the past, that's correct. But there are two things that they will always, always, always be present. Who can tell me what those are?
Have or has.
Was and where.
So,
Yes, was and where, yes, have and has no. There is something else. That was and where, what else?
previous was and were plus the verb más ing, no?
Plus ing, plus the verb with ing, that is correct. Guys, just give me a second.
Perfect present.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, yes, that is correct. So for simple past, we're gonna use two main things. Again, we're gonna use be, but in this case, we're going to use was or where, and we're gonna use the verb with ing. Okay, I know this is obvious, but just in case, we're going to use was for she, he, it, and I. And where it's for plural, meaning we, they, and you. Okay. So how, as Monza said it, we use it for things that were in the past and they took some time. For example, I was playing volleyball. Okay, so I have first the subject, then the auxiliary, which is was, plus the verb with ing, and then the complement. This is a positive sentence. If I want to make a negative sentence, what do I do? Super simple. I go ahead and add the negative part or the negative particle to the auxiliary. For example, I was not playing volleyball. And there you have a negative sentence. If I want to make it into a question, remember what I do is that I take the auxiliary and put it at the beginning of the sentence or the question before the subject. Was I playing volleyball? And question mark, okay? If I want to make it into a WH question, I can go ahead and say what plus auxiliary plus subject plus the verb with ing. What was I playing? In question mark. And there you go. The first one is a positive sentence. The second one it's a negative sentence. The third one was I playing volleyball. It's a yes or no question. And the last one, what was I playing, is a WH word. Questions up to here, guys?
Zapatos, señorita.
Sorry, Kenny, what did you say?
Nothing, sorry.
Okay, don't worry. Guys, any doubt, any question? Nope, okay, awesome. Now, let me see which is the following tense. It's on here, it's here. The following is past continuous, broken be going to plus base form and will or want. Okay, will and want, we already covered, so we don't need to go through that one. But, sorry, wrong screen, this is the one. Okay. For right now, let's say future, because both of them are future. Let's do a quick summary of it. Okay, we have be going to, which we already talked about. It's for future. Okay, so and I can usually use it for things such as plans or predictions. What is the difference? That for these two, for this one, I have been working on it. And for predictions, I have more information. Again, if it's predictions or will, I have very limited information. If it is be going to, I have more information related to that specific aspect or that specific guess. So every time that you're thinking, for example, you're planning a wedding, you're planning your next vacations, you're planning pretty much anything, you're going to use be going to, okay?
Teacher?
Tell me, sir.
I have a question. Well, and when we use the verbs plus ing for to talk about of the future, is because we are sure about of the things.
Exactly. I mean, not sure because it depends. If it is a prediction, it's because you are very certain that it will happen. And if it's just a plan, it's because it means that you have been working on it for a long time. And for that reason, since you have devoted time and energy and other resources, we use be going to because it has been planned.
For example, teacher, and this example. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm going to see my boss, but on this moment I have the tickets in the hand. Well, and maybe I can say, well, I'm meeting to my boss.
Actually, both of them are correct. In the first one, I'm going to meet my boss. It's correct. Why? Because I don't think it was something that just happened. Probably it was something that you have been planning. Maybe a week ago, your boss sent you the calendar hit saying like, hey, Alan, let's meet in a week to talk about this, that. So in that case, since it is a plan, you can use be going to. And you can also use continuous if you use a time marker. For example, if you say I'm meeting my boss, in this case, you need to use something over here that tells me when is this happening. I'm meeting my boss tomorrow.
Yes, it's because I know when I see my boss. I'm sure of this.
Actually, both of them are correct. Be going to, the difference is, I'm sorry, I almost lose my pen. The difference is that if you say, I am going to meet my boss, as you can see in this range, I don't have any time marker. It's not saying if it's today,
teacher?
tomorrow, week, in
Excuse
a
me.
month. Yes.
Time marker is same have a date.
Exactly.
Okay. Saying
That's
appointment.
exactly setting up an appointment or something like that.
Okay. Well, okay. So we use the present continuous and no going to when I have an appointment.
Not necessarily. You can also use present continuous with a time marker for future. If you don't have a time marker, then it's not going to work for future. Like if you say I'm meeting my boss tomorrow, then we understand that it's future because it's not today, it's tomorrow. But if you say I am going to meet my boss, then that also works. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to meet, that is immediately future. So you don't need to add any time marker. You can add them if you want to be more specific, but you don't have to. But if you're using present continuous, but you want it to sound like it's future, you are forced to actually use a time marker. Like the one I'm meeting my boss. When? Tomorrow, in a week, in a month, on June the 16th, for example.
Or on the Sunday, well, whatever.
Exactly. But you need to use a time, or you need to specify when, because otherwise we're not gonna know that that is actually future, and we might think that you're actually with your boss right now. Like if you say I am meeting my boss, it means that right now you're with him. Like you're saying, hi, I am Alan, I'm your employee, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a few
That's
examples.
clear.
So as a positive one, I am going to meet my boss. That is actually an example of that one. Let's have a negative one. It could be she is not going to travel this year. Okay, there you go. Or as a question, we can say, are they going to buy a new house? And question mark. Remember when you start with just are they going to buy a new house? This is a yes or no question. The other type of question are the WH questions. For example, when are you going to visit me? In question mark. Okay. Questions up to here? I'm gonna take your silence as a no. Okay, guys, so now let's go over, to make a quick stop over there. Future, for will. Remember that for will, it's super simple. As a positive sentence, you can say, I will I don't know, pass the test. As a negative one, you can say, I want get a new car. As a question, you can go ahead and say, will she swim tomorrow? And as a as a WH question, which is an information question, what will he do? Wait. Okay, what will he do with his problem? And the question mark. And I mean, a very simple way, there you have 4 different examples of how to form questions or answers or negative statements with will. How are we doing up to now, guys? Clear?
Yes, teacher, clear.
Yes, teacher.
Fine.
Okay, awesome. We're almost done, don't worry. Then we're going to use the one that we're missing is just present perfect. You see, it actually was quite fast. Okay, present perfect. Who remembers when to use present perfect?
Is recently finished action, but not say when.
Yes and no specifically. We use, actually, let's look at the minutes, the notes that we have here. But for present perfect, we usually, let's see what it says there. Recently finished actions, we don't say when, past experiences. When it comes to present perfect, the way that I personally prefer to see it is as events that started in the past and they may or may not continue in the present. For example, I can say,
Teacher?
tell me, sir.
For me, the I don't know, the better example for to understand this it's, well, yo he hecho, yo he estado, yo he leído.
Yep, yeah, that is actually, that's using in Spanish, but actually that's completely right. But because when you say, for example, yo he leído, that means that you started reading in the past and you may or may not continue in the present. So that's exactly the use of present perfect. You can say, for example, I have eaten apples since I was a kid. And there you have, it means that, of course, I'm not a kid anymore, but I started eating them like some years ago, and I still do it up to this day. So it means that it started in the past and continues or may not continue in the present. Okay,
Teacher?
Tell me.
What does the correct pronunciation of the contraction? It's I.
It depends, because it would be like I've, or if it's for third person singular, she's.
Yes.
Yes, she's.
In the case of have sound as I.
Yes, I've.
Okay.
Remember that it's not I've like B, but V as in Victor. I've. Okay, as I just wrote here, we're going to use auxiliaries have and has. Has is going to be for she, he, and it, and have is going to be for I, you, they, and we. Okay, So let's have a few examples. As a positive sentence, you can say, Martha has bought a new dress. Very important. I'm using the past participle of the verb, not the simple past, the past participle. There are some verbs that the simple past and the past participle is the same, but there are other verbs where it changes. And for that reason, you need to make sure that you are following or that you know the correct structure, okay? Another example, Juan Pablo has, sorry, that looks like a B. Juan Pablo has eaten, and you see eaten is a past participle of the verb eat. Has eaten too many hamburgers. Okay, and there you go. You have a positive sentence over there. If you want to make it negative, remember that you need to look for the auxiliary, which is, for example, has Juan Pablo eaten too many hamburgers? And then the question mark. If you want to make it, this is a yes or no question. If you want to make it negative, you just need to go ahead and add the negative to the have or has. For example, I have not posted on social media for years. Okay? I have not posted on social media for years. And if you want to make it as a WH word, sorry, WH question, which is an information question, just go ahead and start with a WH word. For example, how have you arrived? Yeah, how have you arrived so soon? And question mark. How have you arrived so soon? Again, I'm using the past participle, auxiliary, the subject, and a WH word. Okay, guys, questions up to here?
Teacher,
Tell me.
in present perfect, you only use past participles.
The past participle
Participle.
of the verb. Actually, only that one plus the auxiliary, which is have or have.
Can you repeat, please?
Sure. In present perfect, the only things that you're going to need always are the auxiliary, which is going to be have or has, and the past participle of the verb.
Okay,
Teacher,
Tell me.
thank you.
well, I think the past parties alone in some sentences. Why?
I will need to see the sentence first.
Yes.
Yes, can you give me an example?
Well,
It's because I will need to see the sentence to see which format or which structure is actually using if it's not present perfect or any other tense.
well, so we can use the past participles alone.
I mean, as a tense, it doesn't exist. If it's in a sentence, again, I would need to see the sentence to see which is the function that it is actually being given to the past participle to understand what it means. But as a tense, I have not seen it, or I don't remember at the moment, to be honest.
Okay,
Because
okay.
usually when we have past participle, it's because we have it combined with something else. Call it present perfect, call it passive voice, call it past perfect, like and a specific tense, but usually a tense. But it's not usually alone. It's usually with another set of auxiliaries or stuff. So I would need to actually see it, like see the example to tell you what is the function that the past participle is having over there.
Okay, okay.
So the only thing that comes to my mind right now is that sometimes it could be like an I forgot the word. Like an adjective. Like it could be like an adjective, for example, like when you say broken heart. When you see something like this,
Yes,
okay, in that case, it's working as an adjective because it's telling you how the heart is, but it's not a tense. It's not telling you or making any function in the tense.
okay, okay, teacher. I understand.
Awesome. Okay, guys, any question, any concern, any doubt at the moment? Nope. Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump into the practice for this one. We have it in 6C. It says part A and part B. Complete the questions with one word. Read the conversation, put the verb in the correct form. So I'm going to give you some minutes to go ahead and work on that so we can actually check it. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. A few more minutes, one more unit, and then you'll be set free.
Teacher, 6C, A and B.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, as I was saying, let's try to go ahead and do together parts A and B. Let's see what we can do. This one, as you know, is probably going to mix tenses. So that's why it could be a little bit more complicated than others, okay? It says, the first one says, I didn't see you last week. Were you sick? So number one.
It's, do you often remember your dreams?
Yes, I will use present. Do you often remember your dreams? Number two, but look at this. Before we move on, look that they're giving you keywords. For example, in this one, number two, they say space, you watched the game last night. So we know that it's last night, which is past, probably simple past. Then which is auxiliary for past?
Did.
Exactly. Did you watch the game last night? Perfect. Number three, who do you think space win the election next year? So we know in this one is the future.
Will.
Well.
Number four, you've been to the supermarket. So been, what is been?
Have.
Exactly. Have you been to the supermarket? Number five, your brother like rock music.
Does.
That's your brother like rock music. Number six, what space you going to watch TV tonight? Easy.
Are.
Because going to watch is telling you that it is be going to. Number seven, it's snowing when you left.
Was.
Exactly. Number eight, you at the party last night.
Where?
Where you? Something important. Why where and why not did or any other auxiliary? Why
That is a
where?
good question, teacher. I don't recognize that.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I imagine. Does anybody know?
Can you
Nope.
repeat?
Okay. Yes. The question is in number 8. We said, were you at the party last night? So my question to you is, why are we using where and not any other verb?
Last night.
Last night is not a verb.
No, last night is a reaction. for use
Because it's
were.
in the past.
Where?
Yeah, but I mean, my point is the is not related to why we're using where and not are. But my question is why be and why not other verb? Am I explaining myself?
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I don't understand. Can you
Okay,
repeat
no.
again?
Yes, I'm gonna switch to Spanish. Lo que pasa es, en la mayoría estamos utilizando otros verbos, pero en esta no hay ningún verbo. Y,
Sí,
y
de
saben
hecho,
que, ¿cómo saben
Pero
que es
sería
where?
tomado como verbo
Verbo.
be.
Por
El
eso,
where.
pero ¿cómo saben que no, que es otro verbo?
porque en un principio yo pensaría que es did.
No, porque no hay, ¿cómo es que se llama? Un verbo en sí. Él está preguntando cómo es que se llama por una pregunta que sería con be.
Exactly. Thank you, Alan. That was my question. La razón por la cual se dan cuenta que en esta es solo where es, bueno, obviamente tenemos you, que sabemos que you encaja con where, pero más allá de eso es porque no hay ningún otro verbo presente en la oración. Por lo tanto, tenemos que utilizar el único verbo que funciona como verbo y auxiliar al mismo tiempo, que en este caso sería be. Y sabemos que es pasado por last night. Were you at the party last night? Clear.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're most welcome.
Yes.
And number 9, it says the movie finished yet. What is it?
Has the movie finished yet?
Exactly. Has the movie finished yet? Perfect. Let's try to do the following. Read the conversation. Put the verb in the correct form. A, what are we doing tonight? We
Are having.
dinner with Diego and Luz. Okay, we're having. A, but we
Had.
exactly dinner with them last week. Yes, but they
Want.
Want.
no,
Want.
they want, or you can also say they are going to tell us. You can also use in that one, you can use be going to. They are going to tell us some good news. Okay, then I
Okay,
I'll
then I'll buy. Then I'll buy.
I'll buy. Exactly. I will buy some flowers. It's 8 o'clock. Where
have you been?
where have you been? I'm sorry, when I
Was walking.
Was walking. Yes. Home, I stopped to buy the flowers and then I saw Mar in the store.
Well, hurry
Sorry.
up.
What is the correct for the number 7, teacher?
Number 7 is when, sorry, number 6 is when I was walking home, I stopped to buy the flowers and then I saw Mark.
Stopped in simple past.
Exactly. It stopped like
Yes.
SOPPED.
Okay.
Well, hurry up. We
are
We're
late.
going to,
We
you
are
can
late.
use late. We are
We
late
are
or
late.
we're going late.
we're going to be late, yeah.
Like it's okay. I
already a taxi.
already called a taxi.
Yes. I already
And-
called a taxi.
Exactly. And
I'll be.
exactly. I will or I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Okay, guys. Better now.
More or less, teacher.
Huh?
Oh my.
Yeah, what happens here is that again we're mixing tenses. So when we have only one tense, it's way easier because you know that it's either simple past everywhere or future or something like that. In this one, we're mixing past, present, future, so many things that for that reason it gets complicated. Okay. But it's like I love these type of exercises because they make you think and look for their, I mean, like it makes you feel or find out if you actually know and understand the different tenses. So, okay, guys, We're just gonna do super quick one more, which is quantifiers. This one's gonna be super quick, and then I'm gonna let you go home and rest and sleep for as long as you want to. Well,
I hate this topic.
Huh?
I hate this topic, teacher.
Which one?
Quantifiers.
Quantifiers.
Quantifiers, yes.
Why? Hate it.
I never understand.
Okay, don't worry. We're gonna go over it and let's see if it's maybe we can figure it out a way for you to actually understand it. Okay, it says, well, let's look at the examples. I'm very stressed today. I have too much work. My boss talks too much. My diet is unhealthy. I ate too many cookies. I don't want to go out tonight. I am too tired. Okay, we use too much, too many, and too to say more than is good. Use too much plus uncountable noun, coffee, time, or after a verb. We use too many for countable nouns like cookies and people. Use too plus an adjective. Okay, not I'm too much tired. Never, never, never. So you can say, for example, it's, I don't know, let's imagine that you got a new phone and you're like, it's too beautiful. It's too perfect. It's too amazing. It's too fast. And we also have not or enough. Do you eat enough vegetables? I don't drink enough water. Jane doesn't sleep enough. She's always tired. Our refrigerator isn't big enough for a family of 5. I don't go to bed early enough during the week. Okay, it says use enough before a noun to mean all that is necessary. Use enough after a verb with no object. Use enough after an adjective or adverb. Okay. So when it comes to this, especially the quantifiers, I think that the secret here is to actually look at how can I say it? The nouns. Are they countable or uncountable? And for that, pretty much is just getting a list of countable and uncountable nouns and just learning them. And that's gonna make it way easier for you because by knowing that, for example, you know that you're gonna use too much plus an uncountable noun. So you can say too much water, too much money, too much rice, too much hunger, etc. Because those are uncountable nouns. And too many is for all of those that you can actually count. I think that the issue that you may be facing is that in Spanish, we count everything. We add a number to everything. And in English, we don't. What is the best example here? Money. Because in Spanish, we say that we're counting the money. But if we pay attention, we're not. We are counting the structure that was created to count money, which are the coins and the bills. O sea, si no hubiese billetes y monedas, no podemos como contar el dinero. So we're not actually
Teacher?
counting, we're just counting the measurement. Tell me, Alan.
We can't say I'm too tired.
Absolutely, because tired is an adjective and you can use too with an adjective.
Okay.
Okay, so what we can do over here, guys, is I'm gonna let you work in the practice, not today. I mean, today you can do it, but it's already late and you're probably very tired. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send to the WhatsApp group an image about countable and uncountable nouns, which could actually help you understanding or using them. But again, it's just very simple. It's just following the structures that we have over here and learning the countable or uncountable nouns. Any doubt?
I don't know, teacher. But I think the uncountable things are things that are only one. No, maybe for example, a milk and a sugar, a meal. I don't know.
Not necessarily, because the thing is for uncountable, the reasoning behind uncountable nouns are or is that It's for all of those things that you cannot actually count. For example, when it comes to rice, let's be real, you're not gonna count every single grain of rice. You're gonna say, oh, I need some rice, or I need a lot of rice. I don't have too much rice, okay? Because you're not gonna count every single, you're gonna say, oh, can I have 4 grains of rice? No, we don't say that. That would be weird. So we use uncountable for those that we cannot actually count. It's like water. We cannot actually count water because we cannot say, oh, I have 2,000 particles of water over there. No, we can count the bottles, but in that case, we're counting the plastic or the glass or metal that we have over there. We're saying I have 20 bottles. So we're counting the measurement, not the noun itself. So for that, that's why I'm telling you, in Spanish is very different because if you look at Spanish, then it's just going to say like it's everything can be counted. But in English, they do have this strong division. And this is very important, guys, because it looks horrible when we actually use uncountable nouns with maybe too many. For example, I have a student that today he said, I don't have too many money. And I was like, too much. And he was like, yeah, I know. And then I was like, okay. And then he said again, I don't have too many money. And I was like, too much money. Because it sounds really, really bad. So for that reason, it's important for us to learn which are countable and which are not countable.
Well, no, nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna be sending you some information in regards to countable and uncountable because I think that would actually add up to these in a very good way. And I'm gonna be sending you also a list of some possible countable and uncountable nouns that we can actually complement for everything that is coming. Any question, any doubt, any concern? I'm gonna take that as a no.
Oh, no. Good night. No, not good.
Peter is like, just stop it. Let's close this. I want to go to sleep. Have a good night. Super quick, guys. On Tuesday, we're going to have our final test. I'm planning for us to have, we're going to have listening, speaking, and grammar. So for listening and grammar, you're going to have a long time. But for speaking, I am going to be interviewing you. Okay? So I'm gonna have an interview with you. And for that interview, the thing is this, I don't want you to be here the whole time if you don't have to. So the way that we're gonna do it is that we're gonna have appointments. So for example, let's say that I'm gonna have Alina at 6, Heiner at 6:10, Kenny at 6:20, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so as soon as you finish your appointment, you can just leave. If you haven't had your appointment, you don't have to connect until it is time. I will be creating the appointments and sending you the information. And you can be working in the meantime, you can be working in the grammar or the listening. You're gonna have from 6 until 9 p.m. to complete it. So you're gonna have plenty of time. And you only have to disconnect in a way when you are, or not disconnect, stop doing it when you're gonna go with me for the interview, okay? Questions, doubts?
Teacher,
Tell me.
when we have sent the workbook.
The workbook is for, you have time until this coming Sunday at midnight.
Okay.
Thank you, that was a really good question, Anita. Guys, any doubt, any concern in regards to the final test? Okay, you're probably too tired, so I'm just gonna let you go right now. Have an amazing, yes, here, I see you. Have a great night, guys. Take care and see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Good
Bye,
night.
teacher.